It's Mary Miller. She's an energy healer, and you may have heard her call into episode 48. And it was really interesting. It was around 11 minutes and a half into the show, and Mary is describing how she's tuning into her clients. And I don't know what happened. Her voice disappeared into another dimension or something. We weren't sure what happened. We still are confused as to what happened. We think it's some multidimensional work. We're not sure, but
Quite possibly.
We had to have her back on the show. So she is on the show today, so you get a chance to know and understand her craft a little bit more. She's here to guide us also on an energy experience that everyone can participate in from home. And let's hope we don't short out the system today.
Let's hope we get some good vibrations
Mary
out of it.
Miller, welcome to Understanding CBD.
Thank you, guys. Hi, Max. Hi, Steve. And I have been known to short out a few electronic bits of equipment, so let's hope.
Okay, everyone, so just be careful, all right? This is powerful. This is real stuff, and there is no boundaries, so everywhere, energy is everywhere. So, and we're connected to that galactic internet. Max and I were just talking about that. So, anyway, first, Mary, let's review for people, what is energy healing?
So energy healing is really the ability for people to connect with their knowledge and understanding of who they really are. We are beings of light and vibration as well as physicality. So before the physical comes the energy, just like before the action comes the thought.
Gotcha. So can you describe a little more? How does it work? Is it?
Yeah. So, it's really about focus, and what happens is during the healing work that I do is that my job is to connect with that person's particular energy field. We all have different vibrations. We're all unique in that. And so I've learned through the schooling that I went through how to sort of set myself aside and connect with the vibration of that person in front of me, or that I'm thinking about or focusing on. Because, as we all know, energy has no time or space.
Mm.
Therefore, virtual healing can happen with direction.
That's interesting. And, you went to school for this, and it always makes me think, I've known you for a while, and I think you have special gifts. But is this something anyone can do, or do you need a special gift to participate in this type of healing?
I think, actually anyone can do it. It's just who really is drawn to get their focus shifted. And that's a lot of what energy work does, is it opens up your consciousness. It opens up your awareness. It gives you a bigger perspective on who you really are. Therefore, as that starts to happen, things start sort of shifting in your life and in your body, and you can do it. We all can do it.
Yeah, so you were born. We're all obviously born with different skills, but you went to school for this specific method you learned. Now, when you registered for class, and you were in that, how long of a program was it?
It's a 4-year program.
All right, so it's a 4-year program, and just like any 4-year program, you have people that you start with. I mean, I didn't take a 4-year program, but Max, you probably better this. You start with people, and then in the 4 years, how many people are typically left? And in an energy program, going through, anybody can do it. What sort of success rate have you seen with people trying to, hey, I want to be an energy healer, and then actually making it through the other side?
Is it like the special forces,
I think at the school what they said was they probably lost about 30% of the class or more as they went through the years. It's really challenging, the school I went to, and it really required you to step up to the plate and really want to do it. It also was a lot of inner work. So you kind of had to face all those little dark places that we all have and don't want to look at. So a lot of people would drop out through the years. So, yeah.
Mary, And so you mentioned that you wanted to go, you got educated in this field, and I imagine that other people would be motivated too. But what drove you to this? What motivated you to go in this direction? Was it a specific event? Was it a series of events? A feeling?
I think for me I was really always a searcher. Somewhere along the line, I just had this voice inside of me that says, there's something different. I'm missing something or whatever. So I ended up reading some esoteric material, which kind of blew my mind and opened up my perspective. And then I was very curious. So I actually went to a Brennan healer before I started the school, and I went for a couple of years. When I went to the weekend experience that they had, it's like there wasn't a choice for me. I was signing up.
You were drawn in.
I was.
That's good.
So with the energy heal.
There you are.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Mary.
No.
I wanted to, before we take a break, I wanted to touch on something and get your perspective on this, because when you talk about energy healing, it's different. You know, a lot of people put it into some sort of categories, and it has a stigma. Max, you don't know anything about that with our business.
Of course not.
Stigmas.
No. What's that?
But when you talk about energy healing, do you have to have faith or religious belief for this to work?
No, and this is where a lot of people kind of start stepping back. They believe that if you do energy healing, you're going against your particular religion. You don't have to believe in this. It's that there is this inner being within you. If you have any curiosity at all, it's actually that inner voice, that higher being within you that's calling you to step up and experience something a little more expanded. It's like opening a door, and you get to choose whether you're going to go through it or not. I'm just there to hold that space, to let your higher self guide you through your experience.
That's a great way and a beautiful way of stating it. And we want to let everyone to know that when we come back from the break, we're going to have an exercise. Mary is going to walk us through, and we want you to have an open mind. This isn't anything that is going to harm you in any way. It's, if anything, it's allowing you to connect with your true self, and it's a safe place because Mary's here to help. Which is the best part about it is if you can think about taking a tour guide through your own self. Mary's like the best tour guide for that kind of stuff. So we're really looking forward to it when we come back from the break. Come back and be ready to be blown away.
I'm ready. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Understanding CBD. We're here with Mary Miller, energy healer. Hello, Max Sobel.
Hello, Stephen Wellman.
It's good to be back.
Welcome back, Mary Miller.
Number to call in. Yep. Thank you, Mary. Welcome back. Number to call in, folks, this is a reminder, 410-922-6680. We're going to go into a short energy experience Mary's going to walk us through. And if you wanted to get on the phone, you always can. Noah's waiting for you, or he can participate as well. And Mary, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right. So in order to do this, you've got to get a little bit of focus. So I'm going to suggest that everybody who's interested just take a good deep breath in and out. And then we're going to take your hands and palms facing each other, if you can see me. If not, you're going to kind of pretend you're holding a tennis ball between your hands. And while you're doing that, you want to focus. You want to pay attention to the palms of your hands. Just really focus on the palms of your hands. Feel heat. You might feel some tingling. You can close your eyes if you'd like to, or leave them open. And take another good deep breath. Just to calm your mind. Focusing on the inside of your hands, on the palms. And as you start to feel heat, we're going to stretch the hands out just a little bit, and then kind of bring them together just slightly. Because what we're looking for is the experience of a little bit of tension, almost like there's something there in between your hands. And you can play with this, bring it out a little further. Again, kind of pushing in just a little bit. Don't rush it. Keeping focus on the inside of your hands, on the palms. Seeing if you feel heat or tingly. Stretch it out a little bit. Push back in. So when you're feeling, if you are, feeling a little bit of that tension or pushback, almost like a little bit of a spring, that's actually your energy field, which exists outside of your physical body. You're feeling the energy because you're focusing on it. Push in. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying that it's a matter of focus. And that your physical body is really a manifestation of the energy body. So it comes from the outside in to create your physical being, which is how some diseases happen, how our skin is created, how the form of our body is created, and how healing can happen using focused energy healing. And as you consider this, everything in this world, everything on this earth, including the earth, has its own energy field, its own vibration. This is why natural products work far better than chemical products. This is why people have allergies and problems with a lot of the chemicals that we use, because they're not in coherence with the vibrational being that you are.
You mean like synthetic lab-made products?
Yeah.
Foods and whatnot? Mm-hmm. Max calls them 3D printed things.
Yeah.
Mary, I got to tell you, I felt something.
I was going to ask, did you feel anything?
At one point, I felt like I dropped my tennis ball and had my hands over a bonfire, like they got warm.
Wow.
It was cool.
Yeah. That's your focus. That's your energy field. And it's not all hot, but what happens is when you start to focus on it, you start creating more of there's kind of what you call with chakras.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the palms of your hand as well as different areas of your body. And when you focus on those, it opens them up. And they're sources of information to take in and also to put out.
You made my childhood fantasy come true. I'm a superhero, I feel like.
There you go. Yes.
Hey, Mary, it's this experiment actually generated a call here. We have someone on the phone here.
There you go.
This is Tony from Sherwood Farm. Tony, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today, Mary?
Hi, Tony.
Maybe you don't exactly remember who I am, but you actually I was one of your first clients back
I
on
do.
Sherwood.
I was wondering when you said Sherwood Farm. Yeah.
Yeah, long time no hear from or see.
I know.
Yeah, I just wanted to come on and actually share my experience. And, I guess it was, I don't know, back in 2004, 2005. Actually, I tore my Achilles, and pretty believer. And I went to church, and I just wanted to repair my torn Achilles. And I had a lot of pain and going through a lot. And Mary, who was my neighbor at the time, said, "Hey, come on over. I'll take a look at your Achilles." And I was like, "Nah, it's nothing. I mean, I'm in a lot of pain." So I actually let Mary perform energy healing on me, and it must have been the most and just a terrific experience for her to just be able to work on my Achilles. And just, I felt the same thing like Max said, like it just got really hot around my Achilles, and she was able to just pull stuff out of there, and it was just amazing. And I was just like, wow. I said, "Mary, you're a genius." You remember me telling you that, Mary? I said, "Wow, what did you do?" And you was just like, it's just energy healing. So I just wanted to share with everybody, and just like let everyone know that, yes, it does work, and you were tremendous to me at the time. So how have you been?
I've been well, Tony, and I kind of remember at the time when I was working on you, you had a cast on, too.
I did, yes, I did.
So, yeah. So the energy went through the cast into your Achilles tendon, and, I still have that in my awareness somewhere.
Wow, what a nice surprise! Thanks for calling in, Tony. That's freaking. That's amazing. That's amazing. And Mary, you remember Tony, huh?
Yeah,
of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I know what he's talking about. I felt that energy. I felt that heat. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's a wonderful experience. Tony, thanks for listening, and also thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Tony.
And telling us your experience with Mary.
Thanks for having me.
Perfect. And Mary, we have some questions with the time we have left. You have such an interesting perspective on things, especially being able to tap into energy, which most people aren't even aware. They just haven't been shown what that is and how to.
What do you mean, electricity, Stephen?
Kind of tap into their own personal energy, right?
That's all people know about is
their
electricity.
That's right.
They don't know that there's others.
What's your perspective on things like CBD as an example? Like, if someone were to say to you, Mary, what do you think about? Like, what's the energy vibration of CBD or our hemp extracts as an example? Any guidance on that?
Well, CBD is an ancient plant. It's been around a long time. It's an aspect of the earth. It's not created by man at all. It's, it's part of the marijuana plant, which has been in existence since, who knows. It's got a vibration that is in tune with the earth. The reason that that's really important is because as you tune into and receive things from the vibration that is the earth, you're more and more in tune with the earth. As you get more and more in tune with the earth, you get less and less scattered. We're going through a lot right now. Everything is pulling us in a lot of different directions. It's really important to bring our vibration in tune with the earth and with the energy vibrations that are happening right now on a more positive note. So when you calm down, which is what CBD does, and you receive vibrations that are more natural, earth-bound, your body responds to that. Your cells are talking to each other. Science calls it chemicals. I call it vibration. Whatever you want to call it, the cells are communicating with each other. When you're in a relaxed state, your body wants to go back to health and well-being. it always wants to go back there. It's us that gets in the way, and our fear and anxiety that create stress, that create different chemicals, and that's what sets up a lot of the issues that we have right now.
Yeah, Mary, that's great. And before we, we're coming to the end. We have another caller on the line. I want to make sure we get to them. But before we do, we haven't given any contact information out for you. If people like what you have to say and would like to talk with you, schedule a session with you, because you do virtual sessions, you can really do it anywhere. What's the best way for people to contact you, Mary?
So my email address is marymillerhealing@gmail.com. And then my phone number is 443-250-5335.
Thank you, Mary. And if anyone doesn't have that written down or needs to get in touch with Mary and doesn't have a pen to write with, you can always call, email the show. We'll make sure to forward your information over to Mary. We appreciate that. So we have a caller here. We have a caller, Donna. How do you say that, Noah? Donna. Okay. Whoa, Donna. Donna. From Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She has questions for Mary about energy. Donna.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? What do you got for Mary?
Good. How are you guys? Actually, it wasn't a question. It was more a kudos and a thank you for you guys to have Mary on the line, because I think a lot of people don't understand how important it is to understand universal energy and vibrations. And Mary, thank you for the explanation, and I am thrilled that Max actually had a little bit of an experience today, because we've been friends for years, and I think I've talked about universal energy to him for so many moons ago and continuously talk about it. But until you feel it, you really don't understand it. So I'm happy that this happened today.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for calling in and giving me that those props.
Thank you for calling back, Max. Another fan that's happy about your experience today.
And thank you for bringing up how important Mary's gift is, because you're right. A lot of us who haven't traditionally been open to this type of thing should actually be open to it, because there's nothing preventing us from exploring other options, especially if we're hurting in some way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you calling in. And Mary, we love you. Thank you for all your work today with us and our audience. We know it went a long way and for us, and we appreciate it.